Hi, I'm Susie. I'm the tutor for A-Level Art and Design and Photography. I've been teaching for more than 15 years. I think I've been here for at least a decade at Bede. I studied art at Glasgow Art School. I had a brief sort of artistic career where I had a few exhibitions and things, and then I moved into teaching. So initially, when you arrive, you can choose a theme. Now that can be anything from life and death to contemporary issues, or in this case, identity. So once you've chosen your theme, we then research and create a mind map to try to generate some ideas initially. We then look at different artists that are going to inspire your work as you're going along, and we analyse the work of those artists, looking at colour and composition, and content and context and things like that. You're probably used to that if you take GCSE art. Once we've done our artist research, we then go into the photography studio and learn about various photography techniques, including chiaroscuro lighting and stroboscopic flash work. And once we've done that, we start our workshops. So basically, I have a number of workshops based on using different materials and techniques. We start with dry materials, so usually pencil and charcoal, stippling and line work with fine liners. We then move on to wet materials such as printing, screen printing, and painting with acrylics and oils. And after you've had all those workshops, then you've got your toolkit and you know what you're doing. Then you start to decide what materials you want to use and how you're going to develop your ideas without that kind of instruction from me. And then it's a case of you and I as artists discussing your ideas and me helping you move your ideas forward and teaching you any techniques that you may want to use. So whilst somebody might be oil painting, for example, someone might be working on large installation, somebody might be working on textiles, and I help you develop your ideas and your skills based on what you want to do. Once you've done that and you've developed your ideas as far as they go, you then create a final piece of work. There are examples of final pieces behind me here, and that's when all of your ideas are fully realised and you've refined them as much as you can to then have the final piece of work that would be gallery ready. So in terms of assessment, you're working with 4 assessment objectives, and they're very similar to the ones you work with at GCSE. So you're looking at 1, your critical analysis, so how you're able to analyse the work of other artists, how you reflect and refine your own ideas, how skillfully you use materials and techniques, and finally how you can then create a personal and meaningful final piece of work, which is, as I said, examples behind me there. There are many reasons why you join us here at Bede. We have small class sizes, so you get the attention that you need in the development of your work. We have large workspaces, so you have the space, your own desk, your own workspace. Usually we have lots of trips and visits, which is on hold at the moment, but there's usually a trip to Barcelona where you get to visit lots of different art galleries and sketch outdoors and get to know your peers a little bit better. And we've become much like a little art family. It's a lovely environment to learn in. In terms of progression, there are a great number of amazingly satisfying and fulfilling creative careers. There's work in theatre design, fashion, editorial work, photography, and becoming an actual artist in your own right, and that's been made so much more possible now by the growth of the internet and your ability to sell yourself as an artist. Illustration. For example, we actually look at creative careers within the lessons. And we looked at a lady recently who earns over £80,000 a year. She's an animator, she works for TED Talks. Basically, people come to her with ideas and she then creates animations based on those ideas. And that's for TED Talks, so they get televised as TED Talks. So recently we've got students who've gone to Newcastle University to study fine art, Teesside University to study graphics. We had someone go to London to study fashion. Somebody's gone to the Northern School of Art to study theatre design. And we had a student at Teesside studying animation. To study art and design at A-level, you'll need at least a 5 a GCSE art or a related subject like textiles or graphics. Thank you very much for listening, and I really hope to see you soon. I'm sorry we couldn't meet in person.